Catfish Terry, what's up? Uh, I actually just wanted to start a stream because I'm kind of uh, having a stream attack because there's no shrimp streams on. I'm doing water changes, so I figured I would do a stream in case anyone wanted to watch some stuff on shrimp. I'm just going to be doing water changes, so uh, that's it. It's just I usually like watch a shrimp stream while I'm doing water changes and stuff, but there is nothing right now, and so I'm having my addiction needs fed. So I figured I would do a stream myself, in case anyone else is fiending for some shrimp stuff. Don, what's up, buddy? Don, you didn't message me, but I sent your info out to you. I just never heard back from you, so it said something like Saturday. It's supposed to be to you on Saturday. So keep me posted. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing water changes here. I already did the top ones. Luke's got on his last hour right now. There's nothing going on. He's just doing a little drawing, and then he's done for the day. I have another doctor's appointment this afternoon at 3:30, so I have to leave about 2:15. It's an hour drive. Danikin, what's happening? So yeah, it's an hour drive, so but I want to get the next 10 done, so I have to go hook my hose back up because I've been mixing the water for quite some time. But I just wanted to say that everyone knows that I put a new air pump. I run the Elita 60s. It's not the air pump that's doing it; it's the stronger pump. Because and what I noticed is my filter pads on my sponges, they're really dirty. Where before the filter would run just fine, but when I go to clean them, it seemed like there was nothing in them because I was running too many tanks on one pump. So even though it was blowing out bubbles and it seemed like it was working, it wasn't drawing enough water through the filters like I wanted. So now, when I went to go clean the Neocaridina tanks and squeeze the filter pads out, holy crap! They were so firm. It was like it was like squeezing putty. You had to squeeze it, and then all of a sudden it started to come out. It was very satisfying to see the amount of microscopic bacteria, organisms, everything that's pulling out of the water. So that's a good tip. If you're running a lot of tanks, try to get a pump that's way strong that can run your filters, not just create bubbles, but you can really put some power through them, so they really suck. The vacuum really works good and it pulls the water through those filter pads. Because if you're not pulling water through those filter pads, you might as well just put stone in there. It's just not. The amount that you're running this, I run these 24/7. I don't shut them off. So when I go to clean those pads, they better, be dirty. It better be doing a good job for what I'm paying in an electric bill. So that's what I'm trying to say. And if you're not pushing enough through, then more or less they're just creating bubbles. So, figure it out of what you're looking for here. Now, if you're running a hob filter and you just want something to add bubbles, let's say, and help polish the water a little bit, and you put a sponge filter in there, well, that's different because you're really not looking for that sponge filter to do more than one job. Here, I wanted to do more one job. I want to filter the water because it's the only filter on the tank. I wanted to create a lot of flow, create oxygen within the water, and I wanted to polish the water. I wanted to do a lot of things. So when I kicked up from a 40 to a 60, I'm satisfied. Would I go to an 80? Well, yeah. Would I go to 100? Yeah, but a 60 works pretty darn good. And then one other thing before I start going back to the water is if you guys remember, I got all my stuff pulled up right now so I can fill the tanks, but I got all my new stuff here. But if you guys remember, my shelves hold 5 10-gallon tanks, right? Well, then I saw somebody that had shelves like this because I had gaps in them. I thought it would look cool, but then I noticed they had 5 10-gallon tanks, and then they had a 5-gallon tank. So I hurried up and scooted them all together, and now a 5-gallon tank fits there. So I'm gonna run 6. Well, I'll run 4, but then I'm gonna have to get rid of these 15-gallon tanks and make them 10s because they're so much wider. I won't have the ability to squeeze them over far enough because up here I have about a half of an inch left after I have the 5-gallon up there. So just food for thought. See who's in here. Well, hello everybody. Who's in here? Catfish Terry already said hello, but I'll say hello again. Smiley's Aquatics, live at this time of day. What's up, Detroit Shrimp Aquatics? Well, I have to do school with Luke, and like I said, this is his last hour. My wife is at work. She'll be home in a little while, but then I have a doctor's appointment, and I'm doing water changes. But that's the thing is, I really wanted to watch a shrimp video. And it's like I wanted to watch, listen to something play in the background while I'm doing my tanks. And I probably watched my shrimp tanks like 5 times already, so that's worn out. I've watched Dennis's a few times already, and I can only watch them so many times. Plus, it pumps their views up, but I just like to watch them over and over and over. But it's not really watching it; it's just hearing something. So it gives me something to listen to. Don Cervantes, Pumpkin King, how are you guys? Dana King, Aquatics, what's up, Kenny E? Good morning to you, sir. Who else? Okay, that's it there. So yeah, hey, nice seeing you guys and gals. Whoever's in here. But yeah, so I'm going to jump over. I'm going to turn these lights on over here. I'm probably not going to get to this side due to the fact that water, I've gone through 630. It'd be like 50 gallons in 20 tanks. Actually 19. So we'll see how much I got left if I go over there. Last night I did all the Neo tanks. That's nothing. That's easy. So, but all right, let me get back to doing this. You'll see me cleaning sponge filters. These buckets up here were just they're just putting pure RO in some tanks because I'm trying new things like my Dragon Blood Blues over there. They still haven't bred yet. I was told to keep them at a certain TDS. Well, they haven't done anything ever since I've owned them, so I've been dropping them down. So they were just, I want to get them around like 115. So, and so then I got the red dragons up there. The Calcios, they had babies. I don't know how many are in there because they're hiding. But I want to bring that water, down because they seem like a more sensitive shrimp. couple of the shrimp that I have, I'm noticing that are a little bit sensitive. Oh, the crystal whites over here, the crystal bees. They're the milky looking ones with looks like they had sugar dropped on them. They had babies, so they were prego, and then the wife was down here yesterday, saw that they had babies. So we're really stoked about that. Have a great day, all. Getting ready for interview. Getting ready for interview. Oh, are you interviewing? Not for a job, right? Well, well, we'll just give you, thumbs up and wish you luck. If you're actually doing an interview for a job or whatever it is, we'll wish you luck and hope that everything goes really good. So let's everybody wish Dean Kent some luck in his interview, whatever that's going to be. Because we all need luck. It's probably the only thing I believe in. I believe in karma. I severely believe in karma. That it will bite you in the ass if you are mean to people or if you treat people bad. It gets you every time. People don't realize that. They don't understand it. They just take it as just, wow, that happened. Well, no, it's because it's bad luck. It's karma. I believe in, those two things. I do believe in luck. It's just luck of the draw. It's, right place at the right time, kind of thing. So I do believe that does exist. Facts, karma is a bitch. Yep. It is very much so. Me and my wife have seen it a million times. I could just tell you stories, but I won't. But I could back these facts up a million times, and I'm sure there's a lot of people here that could do the same. So, all right, let's not get into that. Let me hop into this. I got 10 tanks to fill, actually 11. I'm on that one up there right now, the red War Bees. So let me hop into this. Hope everybody doesn't take off like it kind of seems like they are. But if you guys want, let your stuff run. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit it all if you gotta go. If you have questions or something, put it up. I'll keep looking back and forth and stuff. I'm not gonna ignore you. So if there are any questions about anything I'm doing, as you see, okay, here, let me say this really quick before I go. I don't drip my water back into the tank. Because this is Andy Wall, welcome. This is how I look at it. When you buy shrimp, okay, shrimp are very adaptable. They adapt. Really anything in the world adapts. It's just life. If you don't adapt, you die. Everyone knows that, from animals to humans to you name it. Look, there's some people that eat flavored water for meals and then, work all day long. Hours and hours and hours, and they eat like the least amount. We'd be sick and shaken, because we would have to adapt to that. But with shrimp, if you get shrimp from somebody who has raised them in a sensitive way to where they drip the water back in, where everything has to be, spot on and all this. Well, they're going to be sensitive. So over time, I don't run my water in there a million miles an hour, but over time, I turn it up a little more, a little more, a little more. I don't have all day to sit here and fill up tanks, for 4 hours. So I don't run it in fast, but I don't drip it in, and I don't have shrimp death because my shrimp, I only take out, probably a gallon and a half, 2 gallons out of a 10 gallon. You see where I'm at right here. What do you want outside? And hold on. And what? Okay, come on. You want to say hi, Daddy? Come on. And so they don't stress out. I breed my shrimp, so my shrimp are all they're strong, they're resilient. So you'll be able to see that. I don't. Some people say they drip their water. It's because they have sensitive shrimp and they keep them sensitive that way when they drip them in. Drip, drip, drip. Put a shrimp in a stream. Look, that water is flowing through the stream. You think that water is perfect parameters all day, 24/7? No. It'll come in to where, whoosh, it just TDS will fluctuate, do all sorts of stuff, and the water's moving. So, look, they're not as sensitive as you would think. And plus, if you breed them and raise them to not be sensitive, then you won't have wimpy shrimp. Hey, Chevy Fish. Hello. Good to see ya. Good to see everybody. DDS Aquatics. Nice tanks. What's your favorite color? Neo. A front runner. The green jade is really, really, really. I like it a lot. I like every color. Okay, but the newest color that's really catching my eye and stuff that really jumps out at me because it's new. Well, it's newer for me is the onyx. It's a rusty red. But it's not dull, and it's really nice. And I actually have a tank up here that's they're black rose, but they come from they have onyx genes in them. So I'm actually gonna move them to this tank down here because I just sold the rest of the orange lilies. There's only a couple left in there, so I'm gonna put them in a cube over here. See if I can build a colony back up. But I'm going to pull all the black rose out of this tank, put them down there on the black substrate, because on white substrate, they're just terrible. So I'm going to put them in there, let them recolor up and look the way they're supposed to. Then I'll put the black substrate back up here. And it's going to be either the onyx go up here or the black rose, but I'm going to separate the two and have two separate tanks. But it's probably the onyx right now. Because I love all Neos. I think that, even my wild Catagalons, probably snowballs. I really like snowballs. It's kind of like milk glass, the white glass. I don't know. There's just something about something that's pristine, because you have the snowballs and Neos, and then you have they have the crystal bees in the Caridina. They're not exact, but they're close, So I hope that answered your question. So I'm gonna hop up, start getting this pumping again, and then you guys can check it out. I'm gonna turn the rest of the lights on over here. I'll move the camera around here and there. See if I can put it on some tanks. I'm gonna scrape some tanks with the review I gave you guys on the Seachem the big scraper. This is actually the small one, and it's top notch. It's pretty sweet. So Jim W, welcome. What's happening? But yes, if you haven't hit the subscribe, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do. It means a lot to me because it lets me know that the stuff that I'm bringing to you, you guys, you like and appreciate it. I like subscribers like anyone, but if I'm not getting new subscribers, then it makes me think that I'm not able to reach out to other people. So, all right, let's get this going. I gotta turn my lights on over here. I can actually close this one up because I got Carradina tanks over here I could do too, but for now, we'll just close those up. We'll shut this light off up here. Oh yeah, I finished all the electrical. So I rewired everything. All new electrical. If you guys remember, there's a big ugly light up here. That was here when we bought the house, but we ripped down the ceiling. We redid the whole basement, but the last ugly light was right here. And of course, a lot of homeowners don't know what they're doing when they do electrical. So I rewired, I built all new walls and everything. So I had to drill down and put everything. The only thing I have to do is put staples up. So I hooked the doorbell back up, all the wiring stuck up. Everything is where it's supposed to be, nice and safe. So I'm really happy. So the shrimp room is actually finished, meaning the basics. So anything from here on out, any upgrades, any changes, that's what they'll be, upgrades and changes. I'll tell you guys about that in a little bit. All right, so this one ran out, and that's all I needed. Okay, let me go. I gotta get my hose running and we'll be good. Hey, you guys, and remember, whether you get it from me or get it from somebody else or buy a different product altogether, remember, this liquid GH Plus it's the bomb. Because I know I said the bomb. Yeah, I'm 48. Because I can remineralize my water with a dropper. I can get it right to where I want it. I mean, literally, tighten it up. And I don't have to worry about going over too far or this or that, and I can do it super fast. I mean, salt, you gotta wait for it to dissolve, make sure you get it all off the bottom, which is no big deal. I'm in no huge rush, and I have a pump in there stirring it, but I could put this in there and within 2 minutes test it with my TDS meter and be on my way. I can do buckets in seconds, because I have it down to a science of how many milliliters per 5 gallons, all sorts of stuff like that. So you might want to look into a liquid GH remineralizer if you do Carradina shrimp. And I'm sure they make GHKH, but I just sell the GH Plus and the Nutrifying Bacteria. And these things are all on sale now for the holidays. So these big bottles are cheap. 500 milliliters of Nutrifying Bacteria is only $15, and with the GH Plus, it's only $15. You can't buy a tub of salt for that little amount. So this thing goes forever. So just wanted to bring that up there. Now, the TDS, I don't have to add nothing more to it because I did it a little while ago. Um, I wanted to run it in a little lower this time because, I said I'm bringing my numbers down, so it's at 101. So, yeah, I bought that hook. It's the Python hook. It goes onto the hoses. So that's another thing. When I drain my tanks, when I do water changes, I did the marks on the tank. I still got them here. But now I fill my tanks up higher. So the marks are obsolete. I don't even go by those anymore. What I do is I go by the hook. So, I put the hook in and I drain the water. When the hook stops draining water, I move it to the next one, next one, next one, next one. So every single tank except the 15 all has the same amount of water taken up. So, and so, as you're doing your water, you're filling up, you can turn it to a certain speed too. So, if, like right now, I'm going to be cleaning the filters too as I go along. That's why I have the table here. It's just little things that you pick up along the way that you actually, you think to yourself, man, what could I ever use this for? It's to go underneath, a bed or something so you can eat and lay in bed. Well, what I do is I put my buckets on it. So I can put a bucket, I can move it around, I can drop it down, I can pick it up, lock it in. It holds the buckets. It'll hold a full 5-gallon bucket, literally, no problem. It doesn't lean, it doesn't rock around. It doesn't do anything that would worry me, like it'd fall over. So, also, I put the immune booster. Oh, hey, that ain't cool. I put the immune booster, 1 drop. It's 1 drop per 15 gallons. That's why this stuff lasts forever too. And it's supposed to boost the immunity of your shrimp. Help with any, like, let's say, keep them stronger, to keep them from getting infections, bacterias, all sorts of stuff that could harm them. This stuff is supposed to help. I don't have, I get a shrimp that dies here and there. I'm not a shrimp god, and my shrimp are, normal, so they do die at times. But I have great success in how I raise my shrimp, what I do with my shrimp, etc. So I know I put this in tanks that were doing nothing, and then they started to breed. So ever since day one, I said this is a good product. So I still say that to this day. And then you can put the live nutrifying bacteria at every water change, 1 milliliter per 10 gallons. I do that to help keep the bacteria, give it a nice little boost. The shrimp like it. It helps build more biofilm, all sorts of stuff. All this stuff is beneficial. But is it needed? No. I'm not saying that any of the products that I sell are needed, and you can't breed shrimp without them. I am not saying that whatsoever, because I could breed shrimp all day long without it. But is it positive? Yes, I believe, in my opinion, yes, these products are positive. Hold on, I gotta get this over the water hose. The products are positive. I see a benefit from using them. So that's all I try to do, is bring that information to my viewers so they can, make their own decision. Do you want to use it? Do you not want to use it? What are the benefits? Will it benefit me? Do I even care? These are things that you can take into consideration. Like I say, you can grow shrimp all day long, breed shrimp all day long without it. But are these products, do they have an ability to help? Yes. I will have to say on that. Now, here's the other one that I've been talking about that's just killing it for me. I've never seen shrimp go after something. I mean, they go after, like, the moocha food I sell. They go after that stuff like it's just liquid crack. But, or should say hard crack, but I don't know if I can show that. But it's, it's by Mucha. And, it's the pads. I sold it to my local fish store, and he had 2 of them left. I had to go up there and get them because I ran out. But this here, look into this, guys. This is 60% protein for fry. And I put a little baby spoon of this in there, and they go nuts. And, I'm just seeing huge amounts of breeding going on, all sorts of stuff. Now, can I say it's from that food? No. But when I start using products and I see a change, I have to say, well, something caused it. Could there be, something? I don't know what caused it, but I know when I put that in the tank, they swarm all over it. So, and it's 60% protein. So it's kind of like putting blood worms in there, because the protein in the blood worms. So I'm just waiting for this tank to fill up over here, and then I'm gonna go fill a bucket up and start cleaning the filters, the filter pads as I go down. Clean the filters and the filter pads. Don't mind this. If you could see this, don't mind this. It's just I haven't picked it up yet. It's the finishing part of doing the electrical and stuff down here. It's just a DeWalt bag with glass lids and stuff on it. So, all right, let me get a bucket real quick, and you'll see how I do. So I try to do water changes every week to week and a half. Am I perfect? No. Do I miss? Yeah. But that's why I do a decent water change every time, no matter what. I want to give them fresh water. So if my schedule isn't right on time like I'd like it to be, I mean, whose schedule is? And if, I'm just unable to do that. I have a family, I have children, and I'm busy at times. So, all right. So now here's the other thing now I'll explain to you. I clean my filters in tap water. I don't care. As I said, my shrimp are very hardy. I don't have, oh yeah, this is terrible, disgusting. Well, it's good because it means the filters are working. But I don't have an issue with it. I mean, I squeeze all the water out. If a little bit, I mean, how much KH do you think you're going to put in a tank? I'm not going to waste my RO water rinsing out sponges, dirty sponges, when I can just run some tap water out of the sink. See, I just squeeze it, shake it, stick it. If I could just run some tap water that, out of the sink real fast, and that's all I need. Make sure when you're taking these out that you roll them in your hand to make sure there's no shrimplets on it, or even large shrimp. I just had about 4 of them roll off of this one, so just got to be careful. Now, I don't just clean the pads, I clean the tube. And I'll show you what I use for that. And this is, I try to do it, find out the easiest, fastest way that I can get in, get out. Get in, get out. Because I don't want to spend time. I have a lot of tanks. So, just in here, I got 55 tanks. So, I want to get it. So here's my tool that I clean. It's a pipe cleaner, bristles on the end. It's got a bendy arm, and I just pull the top of the dual sponge filter out, stick it in there, clean it up and down real quick. Now all of a sudden it just starts pouring out. I stick the tube back in, and you're good to go. It's a brand new filter, and the sponges are clean. But it's just filter maintenance. You gotta keep up on your maintenance if you want your tanks and your shrimp, to stay healthy. Yeah, now I do this maybe, once a month. Not on every water change because it doesn't need it. But if one of the filters slows up, then I do it. So if it just starts to trickle, then I'll clean the pipe. Look, it takes me 5 seconds. There's nothing to it. So this one down here on the end has my Dragon Blood blues in it. I kind of don't want to mess with it, but I will. I can't remember the last time I cleaned it, so. And I don't squeeze it in the tank. I just squeeze a little bit of water out of it, so it won't fly out so fast out of the sponge. But see, after the first sets of sponges, I just keep cleaning it in the dirty water. I only do 5 tanks though. Once I do 5 tanks, then I'll go dump it out, and I'll get fresh water again. Because I'm not going to wash it in shit water. I'm not going to clean my filters in just muck. That's just dumb. Cleaning it in fish tank water or shrimp tank water, yeah, okay. I can understand it, but I've never had an issue doing it like this, and because after you squeeze the first one in there, then it squeezes out all that dirt, and you're sucking it back in anyway, so everything stays really healthy. There's nothing to be worried about. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Alright. Water's coming out of it pretty darn good, but I'm afraid if I don't do it, in a couple days it's going to slow up. So, I guess, you know, don't be lazy. Here's a tip of the day. Don't be lazy on the tanks that are way in the corner because they're, you know, harder to get to. Those are the ones that you should always make sure so you're not over here, you know, in a bad situation, you know, uncomfortable because look, I'm already here cleaning tanks. I'm in the chair. I might as well do it. So that's what I mean by that. Because we all know there's times that some tanks might suffer due to you're like, oh, I don't want to go way over there. I'll get it later, and then you don't. So it's always good if you're there, get it done. You know, it's just in the long run, you'll thank yourself for it. You really will. Then, all right, so here's the other question I wanted to bring. I think I brought it up before, but I just got to see if there's any algae in here, or if that's just stuff on the outside. Yeah, that's pretty good. No need. So here's a question I want to bring up to you guys. Let me see. Here goes all our stinking lids. Yeah, this. See? Don't do it in the corner. I'll get it later. What we got? Chubbs Quarks. Hey, what's up, Chubbs? Legit. Where can you find Immune Booster? Right here. I sell it here, sir. It's $8. Oh, you can go on my website, DetroitShrimpAquatics.com. DetroitShrimpAquatics.com. I'm sorry. Yeah, got the immune. Everything that I show you guys, all the products I use, I sell. My partner gives it all to me. He helps me, build my, he enables me to have products to give to customers. If they're buying shrimp or even if they're not buying shrimp. I got the stuff so you can get it all here. A one-stop shop. Well, I try to be. I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff I don't have that I should get, but for now, everything, like I said, everything that I show you, I sell. From North Fin Food, everything. So, all right, let me get this filter. See, now that filter is just killing it. It's blowing out great, so I don't need to... Oh, yeah, this filter pad's going to be nasty. All I do is roll it in my hand, and you can just see all the stuff blowing around. But, yeah, everything that I show, everything that you see in here, I sell it all. Dual sponge filters, bacteria, immune booster, GH+, I sell it all. And I use the products. That's the thing. I don't sell stuff that I don't use. I mean, if I don't, why would I do that? It takes up space in my home. Oh, these are just so dirty. Oh, my Lord. But this is it. I just stay ahead of I stay ahead of the tanks that are filling. And I just continue I just go. I did the Silwacy tank. You guys know that. My babies my shrimp are having babies in there. They're doing great. I I did a big, well, not a big change. I mean, it's only a 5-gallon tank, but I did a change on that, and the TDS was way high. I keep my Silawacea around 180, but you know, with feeding them, and you know, just the stuff that's going on in the tank, the TDS goes up. You know, it's only a 5-gallon, so no matter what, I try to, like today, all I did was put RO water in it, and now it's to 181. So it was over 200, but you know, there's nothing I can do about that. So when I do water changes, you know, I just bring it down to where it's supposed to be. But I leave it alone, and I have great, really good luck with my Silawacea. I mean, you know, you guys all know that, you know, so many of them died because my tank leaked. So, and then I put them in a 5-gallon. They just grown, breed. So, it's what I'm doing here works. So, and I don't do anything special. I use the Silawacea salt, but I was told when I got these shrimp that I did not have to use Silawacea salt. That I could use the wastewater for my RO unit, because these are homebred shrimp. They're not wild caught. They were wild caught, and then that person started to breed them. So that's where I got my Silawacea from. So that's why they're stronger. They got, you know, stronger genes. They're not sensitive like I was saying before, you know. Yeah, and they don't run really bad. I can walk up to the tank and like the babies don't take off. And, you know, they're not chicken shrimp, you know. Like some people can't even go by their tank because they freak out, you know. Mine aren't like that. They're really good. They're a really good shrimp. Meaning that they breed well and they're not sensitive, so they're really strong. And you always got to keep an eye on your tanks. When you're doing water changes, keep an eye. Don't let them overfill. I talk from experience. But yeah, it's doing water changes. They're not hard. Even with Caradina, they're as easy as doing Neo tanks. And I'm not lying. I don't make this up. I surely don't say it to get business. You know, I don't have an issue with it. I don't do anything special. I just do the basic stuff. And that's it. Nothing else. You know, I put products in there that I, want to test. And if I like them, you know, like Bacteria E, I put it in there. You know, just certain things that I use. And all right, so you guys can see this nasty water. I'll dip a dip cup in it, dip and pour cup, and I'll show it to you. So this is 5 tanks, and I'll show you when you have a filter or a air pump that's strong and can push the amount of tanks you're trying to push, the positive response you'll get. Oh, hey, oh. See? I'm telling you. Alright, we'll do this. Oh, no, you won't. won't do that. Well, here, I'll show you the dirty water first, and then I'll just drain some of that. So there's our dirty water from cleaning the filters. That's how your water should look. You know, if your filters are cleaning the water, if you're running enough power, you know, if your air pump's strong enough to run your filters, then you should actually be getting dirty filters. If your filters are not dirty, like mine were, because I was trying to run way too many tanks on my pumps, then my filter pads weren't as dirty as they should have been. Yeah, that's it. Alright, all the pads are washed, or cleaned. So I'll just put the pipe back in. This one's killing it already. I'm not gonna waste my time. It does not need my help. Alright, these are the blue steels, so they love water changes. Alright, let me go dump this. Alrighty. So we put this on here. I don't know if putting this on here because I'm getting close to the corner, so I'm gonna need room because that last tank is my fancy red tiger tank. You know, and it's in the corner, so I need room getting the sponges. So probably do what I can to now when I get done with all this, then I'm gonna have to refill all my buckets and everything because I still have 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 more tanks to do. You know, on this rack of Carradino. I mean, it's, you know, this water is all stocked up. You know, I keep it in 5-gallon buckets and I keep the trash can full. So, Fish, I got a variety of blanks I set on Amazon. Thanks. I never even thought to look anywhere other than a smoke shop. I'm doing good, Chubbs. How are you? Is that Muppet 929? chocolate milk. Yeah, it was yummy, huh? I just threw up in my mouth a little. That's hot. That's really hot. I need one to fit my airline tubing. One wet. And I need to hang 2 shop lights. Been procrastinating all week. How much tubing do you have to fit? I've been procrastinating. I'm bringing my last 2 tubs inside. No fish in them, only ostracods that I feed my fish. About a foot in Endler swam into the line and died. I need to clean up. Load out with the air compressor. Shoot. Alright. So, gotta keep an eye on this. If not, it's gonna end up all over the place. So, this is the orange-eyed coal tank. And you can, not all tanks are really, really dirty, especially if they don't have a ton of shrimp in them. Because, the tank doesn't get fed like, let's say, my crystal red PRL tank. That tank gets, I have to make sure that I feed it every day or they get grumpy. And grumpy PRL and crystal reds are not, you don't want to be around them. And here's a little something. I was reading somebody. I don't ever pay attention to what one I'm on, but I belong to the groups, on Facebook, the shrimp groups, and somebody had asked a question saying that I didn't answer. I didn't have time. I was doing stuff. Well, this stuff, I think, but they asked if they said that they see that like their shrimp are attacking other shrimp, and they find dead shrimp every few days or week or whatever, and they asked if it's possible that shrimp will kill other shrimp, and somebody had said yes, I think, or whatever. Well, I just wanted to say that I do believe that due to the fact that my PRL tank, all of a sudden, I don't know why, just all of a sudden, they were attacking each other. Shrimp were dying. I didn't know why. My shrimp were attacking each other. And someone on the thing last night said, well, it could be that they were, attacking females, and stressing them out and killing them, because they're trying to breed with them. Well, whatever reason it is, it happened for a while in my PRL crystal red tank, and then it stopped. And all they do is breed. They just go crazy on breeding. So, yeah, I have to agree with that. That shrimp, I don't know. They kind of judge and jury their colony. So it's happened in my tank. So I just didn't get a chance to comment on it, and I figured that I'd let people know if there's anyone else running into that issue. That my shrimp have done that. They've cannibaled themselves. So yeah, see, the tanks are cloudy because I'm taking these sponges off, and the minute you touch them, it's like a smoke screen. But the shrimp will love me for it. I mean, they love that they're dirty, you know, but I don't want my shrimp on them feeding all the time. I mean, I don't care, but I'd rather have them on the mosses and stuff, eating all the biofilm. That's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that. There's something leaking. I think the hose might be the tip of it where it's hooked out might be stretched out. Oh, we got more pregnant orange eye royal blue tigers. There you go. Yeah, if there's a leak in that, might be why it's not running too fast. What is going on? Oh, it's the airline. Yeah, the airline's coming on. No more leak now. Balls to the wall, baby. Hey, just spin the air tube around like this, you know, like it's one of them weapons or something. That guppy will come out of there. And Leah Jet's not letting everybody know. I'm sending her a big, huge air pump. She get one of my big 40 air pumps that I used to run this rack with. It's all boxed up, and once the wife comes home, I'm gonna go to the post and send it off to her. So now she's gonna have a big, huge, fat air pump running her tanks. What was I gonna say? I didn't know about it until I went to send Leah nets before. But when I go to the post office, I have to like fill out all this extra paperwork. Literally, all this paperwork. I have to put it in there. I have to write down what's in the box. You know, they want to know what's in it. So if for some reason, like I say there's something in it and they don't believe it, they can cut it open because it's going to another country. You know, it's really weird. And instead of it being like a 5-minute process, taking the stuff in there and dropping it off, yeah, it's like a 25-minute process because I have to fill it out. Then the postmaster has to do their stuff to it, all these different papers and stuff. Oh, it's really weird. Yeah, it's really weird how things are conducted over there. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, Leah's gonna have so much air here soon. She'll be able to fill the air in her car tires here too. So just unhook a dual sponge off of one of her tanks and fill up the tires on her tractors or whatever she has. More than one use to a big air pump, I'm telling you. give you a little hint. If you're not someone that's big on cleaning their filters a lot, a good hint to let you know that it's past time, that you really need to clean them is if they start growing algae on them. Moss, algae, not moss, what am I talking about? Hair algae, tufts, algae tufts, the little heads up, they can just pop off. If it starts growing any of that on the sponge, then that means it's so saturated with gunk that, it has so much stuff sucked on here that it's starting to grow. And that is a good indicator that your sponges are not doing what they're supposed to be doing because they're so full, they can't get air through them. So if a sponge filter can't pull air through it, if it can't pull water through it, then it doesn't matter how much air power you have, it's not going to be able to create the vacuum. Yeah, I just did this one and the water came up brown, so that's how dirty it was. But no matter what, having to do all this, it sucks, but it's fun, part of the hobby. But it also lets you know that the products that you're buying are actually doing the job. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You look at it and go, oh, they're nasty. Well, if they weren't dirty, you'd be like, wait a minute. Aren't these things supposed to be getting dirty? Aren't they supposed to be, cleaning my tanks? Some people might just figure, well, I do water changes. I really don't care if it, what it's doing. Well, I can understand that, but I at least want to go, well, all the money that I spend on my air pumps, I would really like them to work properly and do a certain job that I want them to do. Let me drop this down. This is, there's no need for this to be up anymore. These tanks are all done, so. So then when I get these done, I can drop the veil there and good to go. Then I'm back to, then like I said, I'll just have to start all over, fill all my stuff up. It takes 3 hours approximately, about 3.5 hours for me to get 20 gallons of RO. So when the tank fills up over there, then I start pumping it out into the buckets. So I'll fill the buckets up, fill the tank up, fill the buckets up. When all 6 buckets are full, because I always keep my 7th bucket empty in case I need it. When all 6 buckets are full, then I fill that trash can up one last time, and then I let everything sit. So whatever I get done today, tomorrow I'll use it to do all these tanks over here. So, the stuff is time consuming. I can do it faster, but I can only put water in a tank so fast. And I can't hurry it up because I'm in a hurry. You can't do that. That's not fair to your shrimpies. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, but hurrying certain stuff up. So, if you have stuff to do, you should stop doing your tanks early. Just not hurry. So if you I gotta go, but that's not till this afternoon. It's 10 to 1 right now, 12:48 here in Detroit, and I have to leave by no later than 2:30 because my appointment's at 3:30 and it's an hour drive. So these little filters are so dirty that the minute I touched it, just like a little baby squeeze, it squeezed out so much garbage in there. Yuck. that I didn't even do it with the second one. Now this is the only, I believe it's the only tank left that actually has a 10-gallon filter in it. I can swap it out. Actually, I think I'll do that now. The one I have over there in the glass cube, it's bigger. It's like those. So I can go get that now, and I can put this little 10-gallon one in the glass cube over there that I have running still, that I'm going to put neocaridine in. So yeah, let me take this apart. These, I like these too, but, you know, they'll only hold so much gunk, and then, you know, they'll clog up. But it's the same as the big 55-gallon filters. It's just it's a smaller one. It's actually like made to go up to 10 gallons. The bigger filters that I sell, they're good up to 55 gallons. And in my opinion, they're better because they can hold more gunk, you know, and they can filter a lot more than a smaller. Because when the smaller filter gunks up and jams up, clogs up, the big ones they'll still be going. And they have the bigger sponges. They have more area for the shrimp to feed. I didn't even need to clean that, but this one's kicking. All right, this one's got a lot of good algae. All right, let me go grab that other one. See, I just put this one back together, and then I'll put it on that tank over there. See, let me see if I should. Oh, here's a 55. So here's a 55, and here's the little 10-gallon. See the difference? So the little 10 gallons are nice. I don't get rid of them. They work great, but I want the bigger filters and the bigger tanks. Alrighty, so now I have the big one out of there. So I rinse it off. I squeeze it out in that tank over there to keep the bacteria in there because I don't have anything in it right now. Not until this evening when I scoop out the rest of the orange lilies to put in there to try to get that colony built back up because I sold them all. I just sold the ones I sold yesterday took me down to only like maybe a handful. So, I mean, no big deal. I can get more, but I'd rather not. You know, the weather's getting cold, so I'd rather just, I like to see if I can do stuff my way. And I do my sponge filters like this, so the shrimp, because the water comes all over it like this, it gets clean. In my opinion, it's better than this because the water doesn't surround the sponge as much as it does this way because of the flow. And the shrimp, any powdered foods land on it, the shrimp can sit all over it and eat all day long. So, and a lot of this airline, I got to swap out because, I got that big roll of blue tubing now. Yeah, I got that big, huge roll of the gel tubing, so I can't stand clear tubing, especially unless it's gel. If it's not gel, I cannot stand clear tubing because it discolors and I think it looks bad. The gel tubing doesn't discolor as bad or as quickly. I don't know if any of this is. Oh yeah, no, none of this right here is. You can always tell how it lays over the tank, you know, so you always know the jelly stuff from the other stuff. I call it jelly tubing, but I just hope I got enough water to get these last ones done. That would suck if I didn't. I'll be pissed. Gotta make sure there's no, especially in a tank, you know, it has a lot of babies. You gotta make sure that there's no shrimp lips. There's no shrimp at all on the sponges, you know. I don't want to lose any shrimp, but I surely don't want to lose expensive shrimp. You know. Alright, so this is the last tank that I'm cleaning. It's my fishbone tank. So, see, I'm ahead of my water, so now I can just sit back, relax, and fill these last few tanks after I clean this, and you know, I'm good. And you know, you can plan on what's next, you know, what you want to do next, you know, all sorts of stuff. But you know, now I'll be good on these filters for probably. Well, I don't want to put a time limit on it, so let's just say until they clog up. If they don't clog up, then I'll get them probably 2 water changes from now. But if any filter clogs up between now and 2 water changes, they get clean. You know, it's just how it is. So, you know, it all comes down to you as the person who has the tanks. How you like to clean your tanks. How in depth do you want to go with your tanks? It's a preference. It's a personal preference. So I may do stuff and you're like, well, I don't go that far. Or I may do stuff and you're like, oh, you're missing a step. I go a little further. That's good. I mean, always throw that in. Let us know, you know. Aqua balls. You know, it's always good to learn extra stuff. You know, it's, you know, we try to pride ourselves here on our shrimp, you know, because we breed and we sell. So, so I have to have, let's just say somebody has shrimp at home and they don't sell them. They just call them. They want the best that they can get. You know, that's good. But here I have to go, you know, a few steps further because they got to be able to travel well. They got to be strong enough to make the trip. They have to be strong enough to jump into your water and live and not die a week later. You know, there's a lot to it. So that's why, you know, I try to do things a certain way. And as you see, I mean, I'm not speed filling, but I don't drip my water. And, you know, I'm done with this stuff. So now all I have to do, I have 3 tanks left. I don't think I'm going to have enough water. That's going to suck. But I can run water. And then when I get home, you know, I have my wife shut her off. Then when I get home, I could do a tank. And no, we are not going to have enough agua to finish these tanks. This one's done. Let's do the fish bones, I guess, and then see how much I have left. Fish bones, there's a lot of shrimp in it. So, as I said, I stick the hook in and I drain the tanks down to the hook drains it. So there's more water that comes out of a 15 gallon that comes out of a 10 gallon, and there's probably 3 times as many shrimp. Dang, dog scared. Hi. 3 times as many shrimp in it. So if I get it filled up right now, then the other ones I don't have to worry about as much. Alright, here we go. Back in a bit, gotta make a call. Alright, make a call. I see what you're saying. It makes the next time water change easier. Yes. ALC nutrition. Is your tap water pH 7.4 like your website says, or do you use a buffering substrate to lower the pH to that level? No, my water here where I live is very low. My TDS is 98 to 102. So it's 7.2 to 7.4. I actually come through because it has KH in it. So it doesn't need an addition to that. But like when I do my RO, the wastewater that comes out is usually what I put into the Neo tanks. But let's say I don't have the wastewater because I put it in the 120, then I just do tap water, unfiltered. And then I'll come through and put a couple drips of the GH Plus in all the Neo tanks to raise the TDS up, even if it's 3. Because here's the thing, shrimp can go down, not up. They don't like up. If you go up a lot, you could kill them. So if you go up 2-3 TDS, and then a couple days later go up a little more, or a day later or later that evening go up a little more, you can do it that way. But I don't have an issue. I put them in 102. They're fine with it. I put them, I just don't have water that's super high unless I add the stuff to it. But like I said, the KH in my water is fine, so I can just add GH and bump it up to make it a higher TDS. But yeah, all the stuff that I put on my website is all true. I can test it online, during a live stream. I can show you. I don't lie about any of my water. I don't do anything to weaken it or strengthen it. The only thing I change that I'm not a chemist, but the only thing that I mess with is the Siloaceae. Because, they're supposed to have, a TDS, well, at least mine, of 180. The pH is around 8.2, stuff like this. So, of course, my pH isn't up that high, so I use pH up. I buy it at the store in a bottle, and I drip it in there, do my tests, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll bring my pH all the way up to, let's say, 8, and then I put the Siloaceae salt in and stir it up and get my TDS to 180, and then that'll bump the everything up right around where I need it. But that's the only water that I mess with. I don't adjust nothing, because it would make it so much harder if I had to do all this adjusting to all this stuff. That's why they say get the shrimp that your water can sustain. Well, I love all shrimp, so buying an RO unit, I don't throw away my wastewater, so I'm not throwing any water away. So it's all these tanks are just neocaridina, or I have a ton of fish tanks. I don't do anything but filter the water, and I use every single drop, every ounce of it. I don't throw none of it away. So that's why I try to tell people, if you get an RO machine, you can have Caradinia and Neos, and you're going to use both ends, your waste and your regular water, so because I said my wastewater comes out at 171, 155 to 170, just depends. But that gives them all those minerals that they love, and if you want to add more to it. But that's the thing, once you start to alter and take the numbers up, then you got to keep it there, but they can come down big jumps and down, but they can't go up in big jumps. Very slow. 220 out of the tap. Limestone. Yeah, that should be fine. Well water, all that stuff. They benefit from it. I would rather have water coming out of the ground at a high TDS than putting man-made minerals and stuff in it. Because think about it, shrimp, Neocaridina, shrimp come out of streams. So there's not someone all the way at the head of the stream where it comes in off the lake or whatever, and they're sitting there measuring salts and putting it in so to run down the... No, that stuff comes out of the ground, and wherever it comes from, it's all natural. So if you got all natural water that has a good TDS, just check all your parameters. Check for ammonia, because you'd be like, ammonia, it's coming out of my tap. That does not mean that you cannot have ammonia, because Pumpkin King on here was getting RO water from his local fish store, and they were giving it to him, and it had nitrates in it, high nitrates in the RO water. So he's coming home, putting it in a tank with the shrimp and stuff with high nitrate water. So they were like selling them sewer water. Who would think to question your local fish store? Those are the people that are supposed to have your back and support you and, want to be there to help, not sell you trash. But hey, I guess, we got to watch everybody out there. So, but yes, like I said, all the stuff that I put on my website, all the stuff that I say, I could test it right in front of you to show you. I got TDS meter. I have the liquid, calibration liquid. I have everything. So I'm not going to say, yeah, hey, I keep them in this, and this. It's just where I keep my Neos. I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle. They can go up a lot higher. So if you're going to take them higher, you can do it gradual, or if you order shrimp from anyone, it doesn't have to be me, but from anyone, just make sure you drip them in, And if you don't really know the person that you're getting them from, make sure you do the water test on all this stuff. When you get the shrimp, take them out, put them in a dip and pour or something, get you some syringes, suck water out, fill your bottles, and do all your tests yourself. So you always know. Because look, not for nothing, but when I get shrimp in from my buddy in California, I'll ask him, hey, what are you keeping them at? He'll be like, oh, I keep them at such and such. Okay. And then they show up and the water's nowhere near what he said. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? So, then I have to do all that stuff crap. So then you got to drip it, because, I'm sitting here thinking that, all my settings are ready. If he says that, the Caradinia are at, 130 and they get here and they're at 110, now I'm screwed, so That's why you always have to, because if I just start dumping them in my tank, there's a good chance that, I could kill a bunch of them, that a bunch of them could die because, they're in 110 and I'm chucking them in 135. That could kill the whole thing. Because importers don't have they have, high grade shrimp, but the thing is when they get them in, when importers get shrimp in, those shrimp have just traveled from wherever they imported them from. And are they weak or strong from where they came from? So, just always do your own tests. Unless you get it from a known breeder that, huh? Oh, no, it's empty? Dang. I'm still getting a little. Yep, still filling. Yep, the wife said the tank's empty, so hopefully I can fill this one, and then I'll fill the last one later this afternoon when I get back. So, that happened to me too. I won't trust them at all. Haven't been back since. Yeah, see, that's you gotta watch. You gotta watch. Who you trust. And here's the other thing is maybe they're not lying to you. Maybe the person that you're talking to just doesn't really understand what you're asking them. They don't know, but they're going to give you an answer because they want to help. I don't always want to point the finger and say they're lying, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I do, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So, it is what it is. But okay, everyone. Look, I don't mean to cut this off. Hour and a half, not bad. I did 11? We did 11 tanks together in an hour and a half. Well, 10. This one hasn't filled because I started on that one. So here's 10. That would be 11. I have one left that I'm not going to be able to fill right now. I have to do it when I come back. So we got 10 tanks done in an hour and 33 minutes. And cleaned all the filters. Filter sponges, and clean the insides of all the filters. So that's not bad for a day in the life of the shrimp room. So also, if you use tap water, always test for ammonium nitrates before using it in tanks. Yeah. I'm sorry. Thanks, Leah. I didn't add that in, but that's kind of what I meant. If you're gonna use, well water or something like that. It's really good, but make sure you just test it first. Make sure there's nothing in it that shouldn't be. So, okay, yep, it looks like Sierra's right. I am out. I'm blowing nothing but air. Huh? I know. Hey, can you unplug it, please? She said, of course she's right. She's the wife. So, I got to get off here. It's 1:12. If I want to get Miss Leah Jet's air pump to the post office, I got to go by 1:30 because it's probably going to take me 20 minutes or more to get the paperwork done. Then I'm going to have to go to the doctor's from there. So, I have like 7 tanks at the moment, Cherry or Blue Dream Neos in every one. My pH just always seems high. I would prefer to keep all tanks around 7.5. Well, what you can do is you could get an RO if you want, and you could water it down. What?
I'm going to take her right now to get her nails done. No, listen.
Yeah. Oh, you're taking Luke anyways, right?
I'm going to get her a bath, so I'm going to drop her off, and then they'll call me in like an hour.
Oh, okay. All right, then you'll take them to go get her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but
Okay, where's she going?
We're by Walmart, 7 Mile.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I got to take this package to the post office. All right. She's got to take her English Bulldog to the pet, or to the groomer. We don't, we don't just spend money on the dogs like that because we want to make them pretty. The English Bulldogs, her nails, the way their paws are, their nails turn sideways and they start to wear them down like that. We give her baths here. She loves baths. She loves the groomers. She lets them clip her nails, everything. But when we do it here, she kind of thinks it's a game and she'll run around, jump around. So she needs it's like $7, so I can afford $7. So hey, thank you guys so much. I mean, I had a blast doing this. This was super, super cool. Oh, LP Lurkin. Hey, all right. Sorry, first. Hi, Lady Brian. Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's gonna take her up there, drop her off, and then come back so I can leave and go take Miss Leah Jet's pump to the post, and then head to the doctor's because I gotta roll this tube up really fast. Roll the hose up because I always put all my stuff away. Oh, and another thing, I just bleached the hose too. I hooked it to a pump, put it in the laundry sink, filled the sink with hot water, put bleach in it, ran that sucker for, I don't know, a couple hours because the tube, it turns black. And then I rinsed it out. I let it sit for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And then before I started doing my water changes, I ran water through it again for like 10 minutes and perfect. So don't be afraid to clean your stuff. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you to my my moderators. You guys are great. I had a blast. Thanks. Make sure if you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the like. And I hope to see you guys really soon. Hopefully in the next day or so. And we can do some more cool stuff together. So thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. And look forward to talking to you guys again soon. All right, everyone. Stay safe. Be careful out there if you got snow and stuff. And we'll be talking to you soon. All right, everybody. Take care.